Good morning, everyone. This is a fun one for all of my baby boomers out there. I work with a lot of clients who are boomers, so they are in their 60s typically, then also a good amount of millennials too. But what I come across a lot is a 60-year-old who is wanting to retire, because we all do eventually, and they're starting to wonder how much can my portfolio give me and how much income am I going to have when I do retire. I can get you a quick answer today. Remember, every scenario is different, including the state you live in, your cost of living, your own spending habits, et cetera, et cetera. So these are general numbers. But here's kind of the math on what that looks like. So this scenario is you're 60 years old, you have $1 million in your retirement accounts. This can be 401ks, 403b, TSP, or a combination of all kinds of stuff, essentially. There's usually two components to your retirement that are going to matter the most when it comes to your income. The first is going to be obviously your Social Security. You can claim that anywhere between the ages of 62 and 70 currently. The longer you wait, the more the benefit is. And there's a lot of strategy behind that as well, too. But I'm just going to use real general numbers there for you on Social Security income. And the second component will be your portfolio, of course, and how much you can withdraw from that using the safe withdrawal rate, of course, and to supplement your monthly income, get you your allowance. So let's break it down. I'm going to get you your allowance here. First off, we'll go with Social Security. So like I mentioned, you can claim it anywhere between 62 and 70. There are lots and lots of strategies and thoughts and processes to consider here. But essentially, the calculation is based on your highest earning years for the most part. So let's just use this for now. You make about $80,000 a year. You're 60 years old. This is kind of your higher earning years. Essentially, this is more of an average wage in the country. What that looks like on the back end Social Security benefits is approximately $1,700 a month at age 62. So again, it's an early claim. That's as soon as possible. And you make $80,000 a year currently. Every check you have a little thing called FICA. It's typically that's what you pay into this thing your whole career, really. But on the back end, that's what social is. So we're looking at about $1,700 a month, or $21,000 a year is what that math comes out to. And that's fixed, and that's backed by the U.S. government. So it's a pretty sure thing, is what we say out there. Now, next, the fun part, you have accrued $1 million in all of your accounts, and you're wondering, what does that mean on the back end? Because you've been climbing this mountain your whole life, accumulation stage. And so let's run through that real quick. The safe withdrawal rate, which is the going rate a lot of us financial planners use out there in today's world, is 4% a year. So real simple math, you have $1 million portfolio, multiply that by 4%. That is about $40,000 a year before taxes, of course. So everyone's scenario is different there. But about 40 grand a year, which comes out to a little over 3 grand a month. So let's plug those two together. We have $1,700 in social. We have $3,300 in portfolio distributions here. So Mr. and Miss Baby Boomer, who's 60 years old with $1 million in retirement, how much can you spend? The answer is about 5 grand a month. So if you live in a high cost of living area, this may not be enough. This may be a conversation where you continue to work, or someone like me tells you to continue to work at least part-time supplement. This also may be plenty for some of those out there. And I have clients on both sides of this world. Some honestly are very frugal, so $5,000 a month is plenty for them. Sometimes they actually underspend, and I'm encouraging them to spend some of their hard-earned money on some niceties in life. Usually by now, your home is about paid off. That helps when you're in your 60s. Also, all of your consumer debt is essentially gone at this point. The kids are out of the house, and it's just you and your spouse running around and enjoying some of this. To be safe, worst case scenario, what you want to try to do here is you want to really, really, really base your hard fixed obligations on your Social Security, because again, we know that is probably the safer bet here. There is market volatility. There's sequence of risk also in your portfolio when you go to withdraw it. It's not going to be a steady dollar amount essentially every year. That's not how the markets function. So that is more of a variable income coming from your portfolio. So worst case, peel it all back down to your personal level. Can you live on Social Security? and at least cover the necessities. If you can, you're probably going to get a green light from your financial planner to go ahead and retire when your numbers look like this. If you like to live a little bit more of a champagne and lavish lifestyle, you may need a $2 million portfolio to cover, or equate to maybe $10,000 a month roughly. If not, you can withdraw more than the safe withdrawal rate of 4%. Again, the risk of that, though, is you start dipping into your principal more. That's not going to leave much of a nest egg for your spouse or your kids or whomever you care about when it comes to the estate planning portion of all of this. But for the most part, in a generic sense, $5,000 a month is pretty reasonable for a lot of people to live on for their portfolio. Bonus points if you have a pension to an old employer, because some of you still do, of course, out there. That only helps us even more. I could probably do a separate video on that when the time is right. But for now, two components of most people's retirement is going to be Social Security, and then it's going to be their portfolio income. You combine those two things together, looks pretty good for most of you guys out there. If you're 60 with $1 million and you've spent a good amount of your working and contributing into Social Security, of course. My name is Justin Hodges. This is Chasing Financial Freedom. Please share with a friend if you would like to schedule anything with myself. I have links below my website, or it is that point in time for all of you retirees listening to this. Start talking to a financial planner or financial advisor of sorts to start getting these things aligned and having those conversations. It does matter, and it is time. Have a good day.